Silicon Tithe, but he may not be joining us. He said he's currently just getting out work later than usual, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah, and the last time though we talked about quite a lot about Star Wars last time, we may talk about it again with my brother's take on the movie. But we'll also talk about. Oh, we forgot to talk about the Game Awards. I really want to talk about what happened at the Game Awards back last month. So to make up for that, we'll start with talking about the Game Awards. There's quite a very interesting developments that went on at Game Awards. I don't know who won each of the awards or whatever, but I did.
I typically don't find myself keeping up with what the Game Awards do, mainly just because I was so busy at the time, and also I was just focusing on so many other things, so I didn't pay attention to it. Mm-hmm. I mean, the only thing I only remembered from it was that I felt really bummed that Jedi Fallen Order didn't manage to go into any of the categories, because apparently, as I learned, there's like a cutoff date to where it's like, okay, we can't take any more games at this point, because I guess they have to go and
it's just a fixing of bad timing. It's just bad timing on the game's part.
But aside from that, I just went like, whatever.
Do you know what the next Xbox console is going to be called?
I think they're just going with the Xbox. I know it's Scarlet is what they're called.
That's what the Xbox. Stop listening, stupid Xbox. Xbox Series X.
I was aware of that one too. I mean, honestly, I don't mind it though. I kind of think that's what Game Over 30 said with it, which it seems that console companies are now starting to get off the Uber hype train, and they're like, look, you know what we're selling, you know you're going to grab it anyway. So we don't have to hype you for it. You're just going to be excited just from it existing.
Yeah.
And honestly, I feel like that's for the best though. I mean, at this point, honestly, I get though, hype is something I love feeling as well. But honestly, if that just gets people to stop being super whatever, then I'm down with it.
Yeah, I'm surprised that the Hellblade sequel is going to be an exclusive on the Xbox. Before, it was exclusive on the computer and the PS4. Sorry, that was a little bit of an awkward pause right there. I don't know why that was.
So yeah, that's why for me, I honestly have more to say on the Oscars, because that was something I saw more people talking about, and therefore learned with. From there. Yeah.
I just want to get over some of the themes for the Game Awards before we move on. There's the Godfall. There's the Godfall exclusive. It's going to be a Godfall trailer, another one of those looter type games where it'll be an exclusive on the PS4. Interesting.
Yeah, looks like it's going to still be that competition between PS4 having more exclusives, but Microsoft pivoting with a very subscription-based model for it, so it's going to still be with that kind of competition with it. And honestly, I say that's honestly fine enough with me, though.
Yeah, I can see that. Sorry, I'm trying to make it awkward. There are going to be more League of Legends games. There's going to be a little more League of Legends games since set in that universe.
So I remember hearing.
Yeah, a Gears Tactics spin-off, and a couple other games have been delayed. Cyberpunk 2077, and it doesn't mean that they're not going to crunch. They'll still be crunching like crazy. Oh, shit.
I mean, that's the thing. Just because it's delayed doesn't mean that it was a crunch. It just meant that even if they went to worst-case scenario, they still wouldn't have been able to finish.
Yeah.
So, especially if it's only being delayed by a few months, it's probably, if we crunch them super hard, it'll make it just good enough to where we'll be able to release it in the state that it is in.
Yeah.
Again, whether how much extra crunch it brings really just depends on the
context team. Let's get to that Raven.
Considering Cyberpunk is only being delayed by only a matter of months instead of, say, another year or two, and that to me tells more of, it's probably going to still be a crunch, and that it's just going to be a matter of, basically be closer to a matter of, I'm trying to see what it is though, of trying to get it finished as soon as possible.
Yeah, not only is Cyberpunk being delayed, but also the Final Fantasy VII Remake, and the Avengers game.
I feel like it's not
Gun jam!
No, it's been remade once.
Venom bombs go
There's
off in
a
seconds.
ton of
No, no, I
spin-offs.
said like
Found some
delayed.
ammo.
Oh, I misheard. I thought you said remade.
Like, I honestly can't think of any game series in recent memory
Yeah.
that's been
Bunch
delayed
of
as much as
supplies.
that game has.
Don't let him go to waste.
I don't know if that's impressive or sad.
Honestly, that's the same thing I'm wondering right now.
More fuel for the fire.
To be fair, well, on the other hand, it happened to Kingdom Hearts 3.
Yeah, I didn't honestly keep up with that one, so I guess I could see that actually.
Yeah, and did I mention that Avengers game that was supposed to come out in a couple months, but say it'll be out in September, I think?
Oh yeah, that one I remember now. Actually, come to think of it.
Yeah, and there's going to be an indefinite delay for Dying Light 2.
And now
Scion
finally,
is down!
the Batman Night of Hours game, I guess, has finally had its announcing,
Taking
despite
this.
being so teased throughout the 7 years.
Wait,
that
what?
it
Wait,
existed.
did you say not?
Taking
There's
ammo.
another what?
There's another Batman game that's being out. I don't know if it's by Rocksteady or
What do you
by
find?
Warner Brothers Games, though. But basically, the
Oh,
first
shut
one
the
that-
front door! Shut the front door!
Goes.
Where did you find this? Where did you find this
Finders,
out?
keepers, losers.
I saw it on Twitter, though. The official developers were even talking about it.
Scion mark.
And also, since I follow Batman Arkham Heroes, there's some news on it, report on it as well. And it kept basically referencing Owls for it. So obviously, it ended up being the Court of Owls.
Holy shit!
Venom's getting
I
close.
had to find out because that is a surprising
I think it
development.
is supposed to be
We're
connected
good.
to the Arkham games, though I'm not completely sure if that's the case.
Speaking of surprise announcements, guess what is announced at Game
Hey,
Awards?
found a supply cache.
The sequel
What?
Take a
to The Wolf Among Us. You know, the ones by Telltale based
Oh
on
yeah,
some
that I
ammo.
remember.
Yeah, it's. I am not expecting like
It's still due.
like something like Telltale to come back, at least in a different form with different people, that sort of thing. It's like
Yeah,
We-
the company itself came back,
Not
but
bad.
it's well, at least though people ended up resurrecting it more correctly. But hey, I say though, at least as long
Gonna be a
as
Venom bat before you know it.
I would say, hey, as long as it's doing good for itself though, and as long as
People are being
it's not
treated
doing
well,
the
that
same
sort of thing.
practices as its predecessors, it should be good then.
I just wasn't
spread too
expecting
far
that.
out.
And have you seen the trailer for the Dark Alliance game, the D&D co-op, that D&D game with Tristo Darren?
I have not. No.
The way it's structured, like I said, is very, very weird. It's like first person, but from the perspective of the weapons.
Down it goes.
It's a very weird look. It's very weird how it's structured. You have to take my word for it. Before you
Clear.
see it, it's good. It's
Send me
yeah,
a link so that way I could go and look it up after the stream.
yeah. I'll send it to you after the stream.
Yeah.
Reload. Textbook.
Yeah.
We got it.
Oh, I got some 10 assists. Thank you. Oh yeah, and now finally the Oscars, the Golden Globes, that sort of thing.
Got it. We're
Gotta
good.
add the SAG, I think that's what it's called. That Joker movie has gotten about 11 nominations. Unsurprised.
Not surprising, though it still feels unfortunate though. I mean, I'm not one to usually be against this though, but as of the last few years, I've become more disillusioned with how
Got some supplies here.
with how the Oscars keep nominating movies, and since Joker was definitely being a huge Oscar bait movie, it just has that huge feeling with me on it, which is
Found
where it
some
pretty
ammo.
much, because it was that, it ended up getting nominated for all these awards though with it.
Yeah. Oscar
I mean,
bait
I know a
all
lot
around.
of people like myself were pretty much jokingly stating
Perfect.
that how, oh yeah, this movie could possibly even win
You better back off.
because it was more serious, basically.
Hello. Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse.
Bunch of
Black
supplies.
Panther.
Shouldn't
Anybody?
let him go to
I mean,
waste.
as in like actually winning as opposed to just nominations.
This should keep me in the
which
fight.
feels a bit funny though from that though, because I mean that.
Sorry,
whole
didn't mean,
movie,
I was
well, we already- we
making
discussed-
fun of like this
There's
one
more
article
where
I believe
that
was on
came
Friday
from.
that says like when Joker's the movie that'll make people take superheroes comic book movies seriously. It's like, hello, Black Panther.
Black Panther, also as you said, Into the Spider-Verse. Heck, even if it's not those, even though those two were Oscar nominated, there was nothing suggest. I mean, Infinity War, Endgame, or any of it, quite frankly, and the entire Marvel movie franchise really shows a lot of people, in fact, do in fact love this stuff.
Yeah,
It's absurd to try to make a claim otherwise.
yeah, it's really sad that like I've seen something really weird on Twitter, like on Twitter about like Jojo Rabbit, like the bashing Jojo Rabbit for really odd reasons.
I mean, I don't know. I really didn't say that. I think I heard you say that on Twitter. Like, I'm so surprised. Jojo Rabbit is super beloved. I remember people seeing nothing but praise.
So why is it totally different if you know where to look? It's like,
Stay dead, grub.
I've heard some really good things, and I'm actually quite interested in watching Jojo Rabbit. It's gonna be a bit of a wow if they do if I'm hearing the views right. If I'm hearing what people say about it, right? I mean,
For me, I would say the thing I was most salty about when it came to the Oscars was mainly the snubbing of Jennifer Lopez and Lupita Nyong'o for Best Actress nominations for that, because they absolutely deserved it. With my Lupita
I see
did
the
in,
exit.
in Us as well as
Under attack.
And trust me, neither of
Hey,
these are
it's even
actresses
loaded.
I would ever see them in. Like honestly, the only other movie Lupita
I'm
really
empty.
made
Extraction
for-
reach. Get that door
for The
shut.
Force Awakens, and obviously Rise of Skywalker later this year, because of the fact that Lupita voiced Maz Kanata, so that was the only reason I knew of her. But for me, this is like,
she's in all three of the sequels.
Dig in, team. We're nearly
Just
hurt.
pointed out.
there was like, it was basically
Fire mark.
like she was double faced the role of being the case as well as being the chaser.
Oh, yeah.
That whole thing
Hold your fire.
Cover me. Reloading.
or how little women, despite being nominated for all these
That's
very
all of
acclaimed awards, and yet it didn't even manage to get an nomination for Best Actress.
And Uncut Gems of all things by Adam Sandler. Yeah,
Team, I am proud.
I heard he did a really good job in that movie. It's like, seriously, kid?
Like seriously, it's all with the moments. I just get so tired.
You ever heard of Joseph Fares, the guy who did Brothers, Tale of Two Sons, and A Way Out?
Those ones I haven't seen.
They're games, not movies. He does games, and a couple years ago, back at the Game Awards specifically 2017, he was brought forward to speak out, and I kid you not, he said, "Fuck the Oscars."
Yeah, I honestly would probably felt the same thing for it, though. Really, just because I feel as if that the Oscars have become so out of touch with general movie audiences with it. I mean, that's why the Oscars consistently ends up snubbing the films that a lot of people actually watched and loved in favor of these Oscar bait movies that try to make themselves seem really deep, but in reality, they're just very shallow.
Like the Green Book. Oh my god! It's like, are you kidding me? Green Book.
I haven't seen the movie, so I could never judge it on that, but based on everything I have heard of it, and I've heard a lot of people I trust also watch the movie saying for this, and yeah, it was sounding very much like the "don't worry, white people, you're totally good on there, you're fine though" with it, and it was just like so very tiring to watch.
Let's try on a bit of a high difficulty. If we get killed, we'll see what I'll see what I can do about it. Oh boy,
So,
we're getting ourselves killed.
like,
Alright, let's
So
see.
for me, it was just trying to see from all that, and yeah, from what I heard though with it, especially when it was trying to play this whole, like, oh yeah, you know, shit, I'm trying to think that what was the term, because I remembered seeing it, sort of like, oh hey, you know, you as the black person, maybe you should go and confront your own biases and try to think about that, won't you?
What?
It's like, oh my god. Trying to say like, oh yeah, I'm from I'm a white guy from New York though. Yeah, we totally don't judge off skin color though. It's hard work and all that. Oh, and also though that hey, maybe as a black person who's rich, maybe you could also learn to check your own biases as well, kind of deal.
Are you kidding me?
So that's what I've heard.
And someone is French plays. Actually, I want to see what the other like past Keegan. I'm gonna pick.
No, it's the person's already switched.
Oh, okay.
So yeah, it was just basically having that kind of message though. While not having seen it, people who I trust who have seen it very much were mentioning all that. So as far as not seeing it,
Yeah. What are the movies that were? I'm not. Come to think of it, the movies that Disney nominated for were for like visual effects and sound design, not much else. All the movies that they have nominated over the past couple of years, on top of my head, they never sent out nominations for actors. They leave that to the other movies. They did that for visual effects and sound design. It's something that occurred to me, and the other people like Disney's like paying off the Oscars or the critics and stuff.
Yeah, overall, this is why I found myself distrusting the Oscars longer and longer as it goes on, because the movies they keep nominating are completely at odds with what a lot of audiences actually end up liking them. Like, look, I get very much just not wanting to immediately give best Oscar nominations to immediately the movies that were maybe just by general audiences were maybe like the best. I at least can get it, and trying to not also get smaller movies to go and show. Look, I get all of that. But in this case, though, since a lot of the movies they show aren't exactly small movies, they're ones with really big budgets as well, though, and are also clearly trying to score big money for themselves. And again, only just lightly bring up topics, but have nothing to say on them for the most part.
Right. Sorry, I just got a text message. He said, yeah, so he's somewhere else. He's asking me what I want. Okay, give me a second.
Like waking up after a hard night of drink. So far, so good. But you'll excuse me if I remain
crap.
a
Okay, I'm in. Okay, I'm in. Yeah, sorry about that.
No, you're fine. I mean, just from those.
Yeah, do you know who hosted it? Yeah.
The showcase of that, where it was basically just basically showcasing all these things. It seemed like it was this really deep movie, but ultimately had nothing to say on it. And that's what I find is like in a lot of these Oscar-based movies so much, honestly.
There's a dead Zion!
It looks like it's just like knifing that sign and his head exploded. That's kind of funny. So you know about the Golden Globes? Who hosted the Golden Globes?
Zion!
Do I know about what?
Ricky Gervais, the guy who the transport guy.
That even before he was kind of homophobic tweets about it.
Yeah, transphobic from what I've heard.
Honestly, I would believe. And in general, just trying to have.
Yeah, the guy who Lucy Ellis tried to make fun of failed big time. That guy.
Reload!
Thanks for that.
No, I'm skunked!
Yeah, and he was all complaining about like how the elites were out of touch. I'm trying to remember what else he said. It's been a while. But other than me saying, well, fuck him, and fuck Lucy Ellis for trying to make that really racist joke up. I'm not gonna say the joke here. I said that her attempt at making fun of him just like fell flat.
Yeah, and then and then when you asked Jenny Nicholson about it, and then she promptly blocked you right afterwards.
Yeah, I asked her about a different joke, but yes.
Grabbing ammo!
Yeah, Jenny Nicholson's whole thing there, though, was honestly just really depressing because she seemed pretty cool as a person, though, at least, though, from what her content was showing. And then she just outed herself as actually being a pretty bitch, so it's like...
Yeah, and she had like a bit of a meltdown over the episode, over the Rise of Skywalker and the Raylo thing. It's like... Yeah, I wasn't on 100%.
I honestly don't know what Raylos were particularly wanting with this, though. You ultimately got your ship. Like, what were you really expecting?
Spotted a Scion!
That's a good point. It's just that she just had.
Like,
I'm not making it up. She blocked me over the fact that she blocked other people too because she freaked out about John Boyega making a particular joke about Ray laying down the pipe for Finn. And she was like, "Oh, that's misogynist."
Good save, Keegan.
No, I'm not making it up. Yeah,
I would say based on it, I can't imagine it being like, oh, whatever, basically. Not the sort of thing that's like, oh my god, there's like that show out there.
It's like, usually you were expecting something else from it, like, ow.
Mark the Scion!
Yeah, you might want to be careful about the Scions because they hurt.
Difficulty early on, anyway.
Experienced. That's experienced.
That explains like so much.
They're here! They've got to be!
It's hard because of those goddamn Scions. Do I want to leave this match and try it under the easier difficulty?
Basically. So yeah, that was like. It's just that from all those, and that's why it's been so
and thinking of Lindsay else. Lindsay has said that she doesn't really care about how Stanley Kubrick treats his
Alfred Hitchcock, not Stanley Kubrick.
Oh, I thought it was oh.
No, I saw the tweet. She said Alfred Hitchcock, not Stanley Kubrick. Although he also was pretty brutal with how he treated plenty of people he worked with, though. I mean, as far as it was going with her tweet, since I saw that too, I at least could get what it was going with, though. I do say that with anyone, we should care about how it was they treated them, because unfortunately, when you get these great directors, where because they did great works, people will just lead to the conclusion that they're also great people. And that's where we have to make it known, like, yes, even though he made plenty of great movies, he was not a good person, really.
I honestly thought she was talking about Stanley Kubrick. And still, either way, I was like, what the fuck is wrong with you?
Because Alfred Hitchcock, trust me, like, from what I've seen of his career, if you thought any modern-day director who has been openly bad with women, though, has been put in the spotlight for, trust me, Alfred Hitchcock would make them look like Boy Scouts in comparison. God
damn, really? Shit.
Trust me, he was terrible with the women that he worked with on there, though, and made so many, again, sexual advances that were unwanted.
Oh.
Again, he would pretty much make the, again, that's why I always say, would end up making the, any of the modern directors who have been outed for their stuff, he would just make them look like Boy Scouts in comparison.
Holy hell, really? God damn, if that happened today with him, that's gonna be one hell of a shitstorm.
Oh, no, it would have if it was today, but he died before today hit.
Yeah, that's a good point.
So again, I always understand, though, where we can at least appreciate the art that other people make. But yes, their character in question has to be there. It's just I can see how this could be muddy, though, because unfortunately, people can go to the conclusion that if someone wasn't utterly perfect, that it therefore means we should go into demonizing them. You could see plenty of this with the person of Walt Disney's character, Walt Disney's persona, I should say, where, yeah, even though by modern standards he would be considered pretty racist, but he wasn't really anything exceptional in that category compared to his peers.
Yeah.
For that, though.
It's just honestly, time. Right?
Yeah, it was from a different time, though, for that. And in general, though, like, yeah, I'm not, even though I do say I love Walt Disney's legacy and what he wants to do for the world, I mean, sure, even if not necessarily all of it was good, but I would say most of it was from that. More than likely held plenty of racist views from them. That ultimately he was just more of a complicated person, as a lot of people were.
Yeah.
And know that just because someone isn't perfect doesn't mean that we should basically just shrug them off as monsters, though. Like, look, I love James Cameron's films a lot, and even though that he doesn't come across to me as being that great of a guy, I'm still going to be sad for when the day comes when I hear the news that he's dead, because he still made a lot of movies that really made me happy happier and better for it, though. I mean, sure, even though I was aware he wasn't really like this amazing guy, but really hardly anyone is, though. And I think we should
is he a bit of a perfectionist on set? That's I forget.
He can certainly be, yeah. Even Tim Miller for Terminator Dark Fate was working with him. Even though he did appreciate the opportunity, he says he wouldn't ever really work with him again. Because Schwarzenegger himself also did that. Cameron is very much a very ruthless guy on the sets that he works on. When he's working on a movie, he pretty much wants to do everything his specific way.
Oh, yeah. I heard that there's going to be a MODOK cartoon series targeted towards Dota Hulu. And it was like, wait, what? Really? I'm not making it up. It's going to have a pretty all-star cast, including Patton Oswalt.
So, yeah, that's just shit. Now I've lost my train of thought.
Yeah, it happens. Hi, Scion. Oh, nice shot.
Down.
Thank you. Alright, so, okay, what else can we talk about? Anything interesting?
We've got a Scion!
Yeah,
I would say not as
we're pretty
yeah, by the way, the right Skywalker on the right has made $1 billion. That's not surprising. And I just also want to say that because there's like some assholes too complaining about Star Wars and stuff. It's like, hey,
it's just honestly that is how so many of the people who for years said for post Last Jedi were all about this. Oh my God, like even if you don't particularly like a certain movie, be respectful, don't be so hyperbolic and all that. And then that's exactly what they start doing after.
I just want to quote. I feel like quoting Obi-Wan's episode 3. You become the very thing you swore to destroy. Okay, I'm paraphrasing, but you get my.
I get the point, yeah, because that is what they ended up doing. I mean, sure, they're not harassing an actress on social media, but they.
But harassing John Boyega.
Not to the point of writing them off, but they did. But they still were giving a lot of shit for something that wasn't even that bad.
Some assholes are harassing Joy Boyega over his quips that he was
thin margin.
People are giving him a shit over him just like making fun of Raylos.
Got it!
I mean, at least though for me, he doesn't really seem like even a mean-spirited person. Really, at worst though, I would say that maybe he's closer to maybe just someone who can be a little too tongue-in-cheek with it. But like Daisy really even approved the jokes though that he was even doing anyway. So it's not exactly like he was just also doing that either.
Ah, shit. Did that person just went ahead and rerun everything?
Well, that's why it was so I mean, the more I think of the film, the more I see it more as just a movie from it.
Ah, shit, I got blown up.
And it's just that in general, I just don't see like what the point is though in just throwing a hissy fit over a movie. I mean, criticize it, sure, say what you like and what you didn't like.
Yeah,
it's been going way too long.
Yeah, part of the reason why I want to bring my brother up because he also liked the movie and would like to hear his thoughts out and have serious thoughts on other things. He has not heard about what Alicia Ellis said about certain types of fan fiction.
Hasn't heard the what?
You know about pedophilic fan fiction is not a priority, that sort of thing.
Wait, let me go and make your volume so we hear you better. All right, repeat that one more time.
About Lindsay's take pedophilic fan fiction and not being But he knows about Jenny Nicholson's Raylo breakdown.
What was his reaction to that?
For what I can tell, amusement.
Yeah, it's just a really huge, like, why would you do that? Like, come on, why?
Losing blood.
We should follow that person because for some reason they decided to go on ahead without us.
I don't know why they do. They should know that you always stick with your team.
Just what I need.
They're trying to speed run things like crazy. It's
Well, it's looking like that.
and I'm out of ammo.
Put that scion in the ground.
I'm pleased the guy who sleeps like to.
Grab the vulture here.
Weapons spotted.
Oh, thank you.
Grab the vulture so that you have something to use.
Good idea. And it's not empty.
This'll cut him down.
Yeah, it's just definitely of anything I saw, nothing to do with it. There's nothing to do whatever about. Look, I'm about letting people write what they want to write, even if it's go into more empty material. But the whole, pedophilia though is something that is whatever. I'm like, no, we gotta draw lines for somewhere. And
Yeah.
my line is definitely anywhere involving pedophilia.
Pedophilia, incest, that sort of thing. If there's content, I'm just like, nope. I'm just gonna go.
I wouldn't consume it personally. I'm not against incest content, though. I mean, it's not my thing, but at least that's their story that you could make from that, from there. But pedophilia, on the other hand, is just like in the case of there, though, especially with what she's describing, isn't exactly something that's about experiences that kind of like your specific character went through, and more of just something that's way more gross than that.
Oh god, I am so apprehensive about our takes on like the Joker movie with my brother involved. Okay, Buzzkill. You know best.
It's just like that, though. That's why it's just because she was always but it's like instead though, she's just been saying all this bad shit. It's just like bad taste after bad taste.
That's just right to the camera. That's just right to the camera. Why would I hurry? The door's gonna be flashed. Not sorry. If you're gonna do that, you're fine.
I should have guys on the
Yeah, I'm sorry. I think it's too late for me to get you up.
yeah, it's fine.
Supplies for the end.
And she left! Oh my god, she left! The audacity of that player laughing, right? It's like, oh my god.
I've got him, Colonel, but we've got a casualty.
Let's see what else is it. Oh yeah! Oh! You heard about the announcement for one of the upcoming characters for Super Smash Bros. Ultimate, Brayleth?
Yeah, I heard.
It was underwhelming from what I've heard. But Mortal Kombat.
I think it's just because a lot of characters they added were from the Fire Emblem universe, and so a lot of people are just kind of like, can we get characters from some other IP though that's there? I mean, as far as it, I can't really recall.
Yeah.
I've never had an experience like that.
Yeah,
with
but
any game
yeah,
where
and
there
the
was-
Joker in Mortal Kombat, on the other hand, I saw that trailer. I had a blast with that trailer, and he looks like he.
Oh yeah.
They say it's the kind of Joker I would like to see in more in general, not like the edgy type from Suicide Squad or the Woe Is Me, Everybody Sucks, from that Joker movie, that sort of thing.
Yeah, I get what you mean, though. I mean, yeah, if this is he acts like more of just the psychotic mass murdering version, though, from from there, which I can dig though. Or
Yeah, I
even
really
with
like,
Suicide
and I
Squad,
really
which is
like
about
how,
to
and I really like his fatality shown. It's a really nice, it's a really clever like reference to the friendships from Mortal Kombat 2 and 3.
Oh yeah.
We're gonna do pass size, and we're gonna do. Oh god, let's do the detour for now. Let's do it on. Yeah, we're gonna do an easier run, a high difficulty, but a different run. Yeah, I haven't seen the trailer for Doom Eternal, but I've heard that it looks really good.
What is?
Doom Eternal, the second Doom game in the.
Oh yeah, that's what I've been hearing a lot as well, though. A lot about.
Oh, two mags and a pod tree in a pear tree. But still, I think NetherRealm Studio did a really good job with what I've seen of the Joker so far. He just
Repeat that.
NetherRealm really did a good job with the Joker in Mortal Kombat 11 so far. And I just hope it holds up with the rest when he comes out early. I got the combat pass, so he comes out early for me.
Yeah, I didn't really get it mainly just because I just haven't had the money for it. I've always been tangled up in other things, and especially since I'm going to be having.
I understand. I don't blame you.
But definitely, it's just with Mortal Kombat 11, I will certainly get around to it eventually, because I certainly want to play with it, though, especially since Terminator looks so fun to be able to play. So
yeah, I played Terminator. He's fun. He's fun, and his arcade ending has a nice twist to it. Do you want me to spoil it for you?
I actually did see the ending on YouTube, though, and I thought, that sounds really cool.
Yeah, that's like, oh, that's interesting. That's an interesting turn of events. Like, funny that, the machines destroying the machines no matter what, so the Terminator was like,
Well, rather, the ending said that there was no sort of timeline when the two fought each other.
That's what I said. That's what I said no matter what. Yep, that's...
In any sort of... They were both mutually destructive. Not one side won, but, like, they both destroyed each other from that. So, hence why he did the action that he did.
Yeah, which is actually kind of neat.
I mean, supposedly, at least from the first movie, the original timeline, the Resistance did, in fact, defeat Skynet permanently from there, at least in the original timeline. And then they sent the two Terminators, as Dark Fate showed, at least a few extra ones up there, to essentially just act as a sort of, well, if we fail, then at least here's some extra ones just in case, so that we essentially can get, like, sort of one last win in.
Time travel... God, I don't know which is more convoluted in terms of time travel. The Terminator series or Doctor Who?
I would imagine probably Terminator, though. Honestly, especially with how its movies went, it got pretty convoluted with it, to where so many branching timelines got started up that it was hard to keep up with at that point.
Yeah.
Impossible, really.
And Doctor Who is somehow easier to follow this time travel. Somehow. How did that happen?
I mean, there's a reason why consistently Genesis and then Dark Fate had to just restart the whole thing from scratch for it. Just so they could be able to be like, okay guys, just to simplify it, at least T1 and T2 happened, nothing else did, and then just go, and then this is where it all started.
I'm getting vibes of
and in Genesis, it also got super convoluted. Kyle Reese went through the original thing with it where he was sent back, and then turned out that Skynet was already fucking up the timeline prior, and apparently there was some unknown party that was involved that apparently sent a C-800 to protect Sarah Connor instead of killing her, and then there was just like this huge mess of a thing. And it
Holy
was just
shit,
like, okay,
really?
This is really hard. Trust me, I always say, always find it amusing when people consider Metal Gear to be this really hard to keep up with series. I'm like, no. I would say if anything, it was definitely Terminator that's got it beat. That is one where the more you think about it, you feel like, what?
And Kingdom Hearts, don't forget. What the fuck happened?
What difficulty are we on?
I swear I put this on experience. It wasn't supposed to be that hard. What the hell happened?
Like, they swarmed into the door and that was it.
Yeah. Yeah, and with super takes, I seen a really dumb take on Twitter accusing the right Skywalker of being fascist, and I was like, oh, they're calling that movie fascist for the entire galaxy facing off against Palpatine, the equivalent of Satan and Hitler combined.
Hoffman's quite a mad bastard,
Yeah,
isn't he?
I saw that.
Sending us right then. Let's stick together.
Like, oh yeah, this movie's apologizing to right-wingers. I'm like, no, you are clearly making sure to be stupid on this. There's no way that you could come to this with a very
amazing. Every sentence of what they said is wrong.
Contact!
Like, honestly, from there,
dangerous.
though, I'm like, I mean, there's a reason I didn't read the article, because it's so stupid that I don't have to. It would be like if I read in something that was saying, actually, Walkman is something that's very pro-right-wing, and it's also very much into fascism. It's like the take just on its face is so stupid, I don't need to read it.
Yeah. It's about it's very like stupid to say these, releases J.J. Abrams cut. I'm sorry I mentioned it here, but it's still stupid because Star Wars fandom online. Weirdly enough, in real life, when I talk to like my family members,
that's always why I say that Star Wars fans are great people. I always love talking to them when it's in person. The internet, I stay away from like the plague of those guys.
Yeah. Have you seen the little TikTok video of like people like raising the lightsabers by Rey at Disneyland?
Oh, I saw that one. That one was cool. As I say, like in-person fandoms do stuff like that. I would say that in-person fans are much better though. And again, never go by what activities because they are always minorities for that though. Like I even just did just for fun just to go and see how many tweets though and compare that to dollars and see how much it affects the Rise of Skywalker. I mean not Rise of Skywalker, I mean Last Jedi. And even if we go with 100,000 tweets and assume all of them went on the first day, it would still be nowhere even close to the 1.3 billion that was released. Still being the past. So hence why anyone who says that feel really divisive, not really, honestly, not for a
it's not really divisive for Rise of Skywalker either, like divisive in general for if you look
again, a lot of these people just always want to be told narratives on the call where these guys truly don't know what they're talking about. Like trying to think though that it was somehow a $5 million and it's like, you do know the analysts predicted it was
I'm reloading!
Yeah. Yeah, it looks like my brother's
again, like even the last Jedi game was a pleasant surprise.
Nothing like getting your hands dirty!
Well, how much do they expect to gain with
Again, just 1 billion. Like when I see people trying to say though, well, The Force Awakens grossed $2 billion, so clearly they were thinking it was going to make that and more. No, Disney, even for Disney, that $2 billion was a complete surprise to them.
Oh, by the way, follow me. There's another there's like 2 other safe rooms down there. In the third one, we get some really cool stuff. Just so you know, my brother's here, and
because that's why I always say with it, like it really ignores crucial context when you're trying to say things like, just basically trying to talk about how it grossing $2 billion though was just like I don't know, just out of nowhere for it. When it's like no, the reason it grossed $2 billion is because no one thought we got any more movies. This is something like the even though that's because a lot of people didn't want to see or at least not enough.
Oh shit, we're down. And at least we did better than last time. We just had to be careful. Yeah. Hopefully my brother will be on and hopefully he will be interested in joining us. We would be honored if you would join us. As I attempt to sound like Darth Vader but failing. God, I remember that one of my stepmom's friends who has a son who has like Darth Vader helmet that would change my voice to sound like Darth Vader's.
Right.
Those sort of things. And I remember seeing the Ben Solo challenge online. It's like, and I talked to my brother about it. He says that it's dumb but fun, and it's like, hey, that rhymes.
I don't really mind. It's something that's at least bringing a lot of positivity in, so hence why you won't see me complaining about it.
Yeah. I wonder what brought that up.
Like that's always my main thing with it is, as long as people are having fun with something that they're doing, even if I'm like, okay, that seems kind of done with it. I just go, who cares about that? That's all I can ask for.
I think that describes my brother's take. If it's dumb, fine, whatever. But damn it, who took the shotgun?
I did.
Damn it. Next thing, maybe. So yeah, speaking of since we're playing Gears Tactics is not only a spin-off that's like turn-by-turn base.
Yeah.
It also features Kate's dad as the main character.
I mean, honestly, I was pretty excited. I know it's RTS and a lot of people were not really liking that from it, but honestly, I would say I'm still up for it, though. Halo Wars that was using one of my favorite games from the 360 era. I
Quick
love
and
Halo Wars 2 even more. So I find myself being pretty open though with
and I'm kind of glad that Halo Wars is going to be a game pass. If I'm want to play it, just like download thanks to me. Charles Fitz finally got around to beat his game pass. He has been a trouble with it, and he's actually seen so far. He plays, he really likes Resident Evil 2 remake related to Game Pass, but he's playing I think he also has played Devil May Cry 5 or is getting onto that.
Right ahead. Another day.
Another drone.
You lose.
Like I said, follow me because
I'm reloading.
yeah, we get better goodies in the next later on down. So basically, in the past.
Right.
Hey, want to get on?
Got some supplies!
I just talked about brother if he's interested in going on, and so just need the two of us.
Reloading.
Okay.
What do you say, Nicholas?
Get over
He just
here.
wanted to rest because he's been at work, I think, longer than usual.
Got it.
Whoa! We forgot to close the door.
Goodbye.
I was actually kind of looking forward to like having my brother along, but it
I'll be
happens.
back in a second though. I have to go shut something off real quick. I'll be right back.
I'll bring us back to the main menu and enjoy my lunch, my meal. Mmm. Okay. Alright, I gotta change a couple things, gotta change the name, because and stream info, because sadly my brother isn't gonna be on. Hello? I heard you coming back in, so thought I should say hi.
Okay,
Welcome
I'm back.
So, welcome back. So, anything happened? Aside from like shutting whatever it is you're trying to shut down?
For it, it's just I was just outside. Have to shut off a light in my car, so that's why I was out real quick.
Yeah. All right. Let's see what else. Oh yeah, the Witcher series. Yeah, the Witcher series on Netflix. Toss a coin to your Witcher. Oh, value plenty.
I actually haven't seen it, so I honestly can't say anything.
Yeah,
about
but
it.
I heard some really good things about it, and the critics seem to be pretty divisive. But everybody else likes this, like, and I remember someone on Twitter saying that it's because of the time jumps, which makes things a little bit confusing. Still, I've listened to the Toss a Coin to Your Witcher song, and I'm digging it. Have you heard this really stupid rumor that was debunked that the Obi-Wan series on Disney Plus was canceled, but it's actually not?
Again, that's why I always say that unless I see it explicitly from, when it comes to any announcements as to what movies or shows are being canceled or are being greenlit, unless you hear it directly from the horse's mouth, assume that it's bullshit from there. Again, I don't care as to what leakers you heard it from. If you don't hear it from the official source, then it means that it was always full of it.
We're doing okay.
Again,
we're gonna do Horde.
Disney,
We'll be doing
yeah,
Horde.
that's fine. Like Disney, for instance, has never been shy of just being very quick to say, "Hey, this person's no longer on this project." We haven't so much seen
Speaking
an actual
speaking
cancellation
of
a project.
speaking of something, the director of the first Doctor Strange movie, Scott. Yeah, he's parted ways with he's Disney with Disney and Marvel on that project, but he's saying it on as executive producer. Let me look up the name real quick. I forgot the name. Oh, okay, Scott Derrickson. Yeah, he said it from on Twitter himself. Marvel and I have mutually agreed to part ways on Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness due to creative differences. I am thanking for a collaboration and will remain on as executive producer. He said it's EP for short on Twitter. It's such a bummer. It bums me out that things didn't work out, but at least it worked. But they're partying on good terms. It's such a bummer when that happens. Such a bummer.
And you're out!
Know what I mean?
Well, that was super clutch. Repeat that again. Sorry.
Yeah. Scott Derrickson, the guy who directed the first Doctor Strange movie, is not going to do the second one. I'm really bummed out by that. It's like,
I am too, for sure.
Get me up!
It's just. I was just like, I hope. I'm just glad things were amicable and he stayed on as a producer. So.
Oh man, what happened?
This is such a bummer. Know what I mean?
I got feet, soldier!
Ooh, thank you.
Yep, no problem.
Save my friend!
I'm sorry. I just still feel bummed out.
Keep it up!
Of course, it's totally fine if you are.
Oh, that's flippy! Just the way I like it!
Oh god, one time when my brother and I were playing this game, there was someone who played as a private cousin, and she could not stop laughing. That laughing mode was unsettling.
Collecting from the tap.
It's like unsettling and annoying at the same time.
Yeah, I get you.
Weapons locker deployed. Tap empty. Tap upgraded.
All right.
Nice.
Yeah, my brother. I'm not sure if I just said it before, but he said, the reason why my brother is going on because he needed some rest.
That'll work.
Understood.
Yeah, I think, like I said, he had a longer day than usual, probably at work. I'm not entirely sure.
That's his job, anyway.
Time's up! Here they come!
Yeah, what's his job?
Yeah.
Fortification repaired!
Accounting stuff, bookkeeping stuff. Which, ironically, which is what my job, why it would have been, because, that's what I studied at a PTC, one of the community colleges.
Oh, okay. I didn't even know your brother had a job.
Fortification repaired!
Though.
Yeah, I think it was accounting and who's that? You're down.
I am. Honestly, that's why I was saying about
Do you know what these rejects remind me of? Ultron in its first floor from the second Avengers movie.
Yeah, I actually see it.
The way these rejects move.
One dead bot!
You know XL99? She worked on that game. I'm gonna ask her if the rejects were kind of inspired by Ultron. It's just something that occurs to me.
I doubt it was, though. Funny coincidence.
Yeah. I should
And
get
also,
the
she
chance.
was she mainly storyboarded the cinematics. So she didn't really so much do any of the design stuff.
And she was also.
Look out! Reject!
Oh, sure. Nothing stopping you.
Got a heavy!
Holy shit! What the hell happened?
DB ready to go!
Reject!
You know about Chuck Windix said on Twitter that really stupid take about like Rogue One Solo was like.
Again, I also which is, yeah, that's why it was so I really hate anyone who always tries to say some stupid stuff about, well, did the story really need people? Who cares? When has a story ever needed to be told? No story has to be told. I mean, Metal Gear Solid is the longest video games of all time. You could argue that actually really wasn't necessary. You didn't have to learn why Big Boss, his origin story, and why he became the way he did. But yet, when it came out, nobody was complaining about it.
Yeah, and I, here's a funny fact. I got blocked by him over, like, some political stuff back in 2018. I'm pretty sure it has to do... He's the one who got fired by Marvel over his tweets. It's like... That's the guy I was like... It's been fun for me to be blocked in course, but after doing that stupid takeover, it's like, oh, got him blocked in hindsight.
Energy collected.
I mean, as far as I don't know as to whether it was
Energy
reasonable
tap
for him
upgraded.
to have been fired over it, though. But I would say though that yeah, his Rogue One take was definitely just really freaking stupid, which is also even more dumb
Picking
by
up
the
energy.
fact that it's wrong. Though
Finally,
it
we're all
absolutely
clear.
is essential for it. I mean, the entire events of Episode 4 happened because of this movie. That's pretty essential as far as you ask me to. But even
Energy
if it wasn't, I would still say I don't care.
Tap upgraded.
Yeah, it's just...
Because again, they try to insist that a movie's greatness should be about how relevant it was to everything else, instead of focusing on whether it wasn't good for its own.
And it's kind of funny, kind of funny to insinuate, for our opinion, to insinuate that it's that most of the cast are people of color. That is unnecessary.
Securing the tap. This is
I'm
it.
white. By the way, I'm white. Just
And as a lot of
religion.
people pointed out, it's kind of ironic for him because in the Aftermath book,
Yes,
he
it-
didn't really end up
Ready to rock and roll.
the only notable thing after the third book by
Good to go.
itself, and that was because that was the first place the battle too.
Yeah, I read the first book.
I don't know what happened in the fifth yet, but it's from what I heard, that happened. And again, the only thing from the Aftermath series I can remember was that the details of how it changed and what happened.
Stop the bad guy.
And we've seen Battlefield 2 in Battlefront 2.
Yeah, we
Honestly,
see
I
that
kind of
one.
like to see a spin-off movie or a show revolving around Battlefield 2. It sounds like it's
I mean,
really fun.
honestly, they could showcase the entire year afterwards because even unlike Legends of the War extended for another 15 years, the after Return of the Jedi War
Help here.
so they could honestly make a movie just about that opportunity there if they wanted to.
Yeah, and I've heard word that there's going to be Taika Waititi is in talks for working on for a Star Wars.
Dead reject.
Yeah,
Stop the
I heard
process.
about that stuff.
Stop that
And
fucking.
honestly, I totally buy that and stuff that he would be
I
considered.
gotta learn
He's
to
one of
count
our
my
best
shots.
directors right now. So him being considered is something that I've been expecting. And hey, you know what? I'm all for it. I find myself very hard to believe that he's Star Wars.
I am so looking forward to what he does in Star Wars.
And besides, he already directed something in Star Wars, which was the last episode of The Mandalorian, and that one was a freaking banger.
Yeah, I really enjoyed how the last episode. I really enjoyed the Mandalorian. If I haven't said that before.
I am so good to go.
I really liked how the stormtroopers, the two stormtroopers who were supposed to be looking over Baby Yoda. We're gonna call him Baby Yoda for now. Damn it, because he's a member of the Yoda species. He's Baby, hence Baby Yoda.
Besides, there's no name that's given for him, so we have to call him that. And we have something later.
Back in your hole.
Sure, I know that his name is technically the child,
like that.
but
It's not
nobody wants
catchy.
to call him that.
It's not as catchy. It's only just for branding purposes. I don't blame him using when I'm using Baby Yoda. It just doesn't mess well with
collecting
marketing
energy.
and stuff. Unless we're talking about the Saints 4, which actually mentioned, and I am not kidding you, they brought in like the Baby Yoda statue, and the description
Energy
mentioned the popular
Tap
nickname.
upgraded.
Yeah, by the way, I read.
Locked and loaded.
That's why I always say that at least
That'll work.
for me, shit, wow, I lost my train of
Ain't
thought
nobody
again.
dying on
It
my
happens.
watch.
Yeah, it's such
Eyes up, here they
it's
come.
such a bad show. Not a bad. Not what I meant by well, not over, but like a bad bad things going on in real life.
Yeah, sorry, what are you talking about?
Bad things going on in real life. I know we don't talk about real life often. I'm thinking I really should have some sort of donations, like
Fortification reserved.
for the Australian fires.
It's definitely such a super so far,
Get over here!
such great efforts to be able to go for that. At least they can continue being in the community, trying their best, also be sure to help that issue as best as they can.
Race to the Scion.
I don't know how we'll be able to financially help, but
Over here!
need to like pick up all
Revive
the
me!
people in Australia, the Australians, like hope they get better.
Shake it up.
You know of anything that would help financially with the fires going on there? There's a crazy
Not that I
hailstorm
know
right
of,
now.
though.
Supposed to be tough.
Yeah, we don't talk about politics often,
Here, one, spotted!
I mean, nothing is really great about it, though. The fire is burning,
that's a good point.
Reject down.
I should probably reconstruct myself by saying real life not often.
Yeah, that'd be the more right.
Yeah, sorry about that.
Yeah, you're fine.
That was an oversight.
Okay, I'm checking out news about Informer and stuff.
No rest
Okay,
for the
there was
weary.
a bit of a early draft for Star Wars Episode 9 by calling yeah, and
Despite what some people are going by this, just because of what they saw, at least from very vague parts of the script, no, I don't think that his version would have been better. It would
yeah, it would still piss the rails off because Kylo Ren in that version is not redeemed.
again, that's why I saved though for it. I never honestly liked it to begin with. Because the
It's
thing
like-
about
yeah.
this, it's just that when it comes to these, and especially I always dislike that just because on a script it says an idea, so therefore people are just assuming the idea would absolutely have been utterly amazing if we saw it realized, despite the countless movies that have done this, that have shown
Yeah,
us
and-
the ideas are not the only thing for it.
Yeah, and from what
like
I've-
Justice League,
Fortification
Batman v Superman's ending to set up Justice League was actually pretty ingenious on paper though. Superman ends up dying at the end, and so therefore the world isn't moving. Then Justice League can show, oh no guys, an alien invasion is coming in, and Superman isn't here to stop it. So basically us and slightly less powerful superheroes should band together so that we can go and hold off the threats that Superman would want to go and do so. Like conceptually, that's really good actually. It really sets up the shows the Justice League being able to form as a team, and then Superman appearing at the end could have been ultimately a great surprise for the rest of the audience in the film. And then the actual movie came out, and then we saw it happen. Those ideas having morphed into reality. It wasn't really good. I would say Justice League is more just an okay movie, but honestly, the whole coming together was not all that well shot.
Yeah, I can see that. And I think that's going to do with different directions, like Josh Whedon and Zack Snyder did. A lot of the issues that we pinned on that movie is because of Zack Snyder having to leave. Because
For definitely very understandable good circumstances, though.
yeah, what I think is really like, but I just thought things worked out for him and it was Kelly.
His family, yeah.
It's such a horrible thing to have after someone in your family.
Deception is my specialty.
I'm just saying.
Yeah,
That's why I'm also sympathetic to whatever issues what happened behind the Rise of Skywalker because the nutrition. I think that's what a lot of people have forgotten when they were talking about the Rise of Skywalker. Preach what you said has really affected that movie more than you realize.
because again, it was already production like that. Fortunately, because she was expected was going to be the
Reproduction. She got before the movie protection. I checked. It was very pre-production that
Yeah, I'm saying, but even still, it still ends up available.
bleeding
The entire thing is going to focus on her, though. Both Wicked
Plenty more where that came
concept
from.
story, and then TLJ being a group center,
Guardian.
9 is going to be late. Yes, I'm sure. But for example, unfortunately, end up having
That's a
story
drone
to not
elite,
be
watch it.
Locked and loaded.
But I still like the movie.
Oh, look what
Spider.
I found.
I mean, I still think that they did the best job of promoting it. I mean,
Yeah, and I think that the people's reception to Tarkin in Rogue One also played a role.
Gotta find some ammo.
Remember, because
again, a lot of people do ultimately like those movies, though. I mean, working in a theme park myself, I've seen those sort of stories related to the sequel trilogy, so I would know from it. And yeah, just overall, though, it's
look what I
consistently
found.
also showing with what happens in DVD sales, consistently shows a lot of people love these movies, though. Really, they outnumber the amount of people who don't like it.
yeah,
Because
there's
at the
a
end of
thing
the day,
called
it's just
not silent majority, vocal minority, that sort of thing.
Just what I needed.
Yeah, a local minority kind of thing.
Yeah.
'Cause I-
Nice
again,
job,
because
team.
I always say
You're
that
looking
the
good.
internet is really never where you should see someone.
Yeah, just to
see
let you know,
what
the
people are
internet is
supposed to
is
do.
very good at like connecting with people that you wouldn't expect to like know in person. On the other hand,
Yeah.
it's also like a twisted mirror, a hole of mirrors version of real life when it comes to like a
Essentially.
to a consensus.
Fortification repaired.
There's a line in Men in Black, the first Men in Black, where Chase, it's like a person's smart, people are dumb. I'm paraphrasing, but you know what I mean.
No, that actually is exactly what the quote was.
Fabricator deployed.
I guess if you want the full quote, it would be, the full quote was, a person is smart, people are dumb, panicky, wild animals, and you know it.
Weapons locker upgraded.
Ah, shit, sorry. Which Disney have you played so far? I actually tried out like
I played all of them.
Which one is the biggest so far?
I would say Gear 3 is
Predator spotted.
Yeah, I seen like some footage of Gear 3. It has the best animations of the original 3 games so far. I should say so far, but of the original 3 games.
Guardian spotted.
Yeah.
I got flashed. Damn it.
Need a logistics drop.
Have you heard anything about Google Stadia?
Sweet.
I heard that
I have, though. More so,
Back in your hole.
yeah, that's what I thought. It's like
Ready to
I don't
go.
want to go for it. From what I can tell, maybe I have no idea, but
I'll take that.
not a lot of games to show for it, if I understand
Have
right.
some of that.
really hasn't, though.
Just
Really,
like the
because the
hard
Stadia
drive.
just never really found us to what it wanted to be, really.
It couldn't find a solid audience.
Basically.
There's and speaking of games,
Here's
are
the gift.
you looking forward to the Wastelanders update for Fallout 76? I sure am.
I still am looking forward to it, yeah. I just haven't touched the game in a while because everything felt like you two.
Yeah, you pretty much cleared everything. You pretty much like did everything that you could with that game.
They certainly did. I still think they made a game out of it. I mean, it wasn't my most favorite ever, but I would say I
Yeah,
still enjoyed my
it's
experience with it.
I think it's a solid game with some bugs and shit. That's pretty typical of Bethesda games.
But ultimately, for me, I would say it was still overall pretty good, though, considering what we still got from it. I mean, honestly, it's just because, I mean, an online Fallout game, though, was just something that I wasn't sure what anyone would expect from it, though. I mean, especially, though, with ICP to kind of act like it was something that was
like the end
wholly
of the
Bethesda's ideas, whereas the reality of it is that it was a game that was trying to be made for decades, basically.
For decades.
I mean, not decades, but rather it's been trying to be built since the early 2000s. It started with Project V13. It also was trying to be built.
Oh yeah. I get you.
And heck, even Dan Beaver, the original Fallout 3 that was going to be made by Black Isle, that also had a multiplayer to it. But the that mode, as well as the game itself, got canceled, and then V13 came along where they were.
Yeah, technically the first game was for Tactics. Thank you.
For it. Like, that was what they were always planning to do, but they weren't able to because they were already
Yeah, I heard all about the legal issue behind FIFA 2013. It was something else.
Because there was always a dispute between the license, and then eventually Bethesda won the case showing that they were. I mean, so yeah, this idea that online Fallout game was something that was so, like, no, online Fallout has so, no, it's by nature of the imagination, some unique idea.
Most executed because, you know, of the issues at launch. But somehow people still, people offline, they can actually make people online who really like, who kind of like
surprisingly, at least in game, it's probably the friendliest online game that I've ever seen.
I agree.
Like how nice people are on that though. Actually giving free stuff.
Speaking of people saying, there's actually been an interesting study of how people would interact in a post-apocalyptic world. And they cite Fallout 76 as a reference, and surprisingly, people in that game were very helpful. According to the studies.
I constantly had people give me stim packs, weapons, give me a whole bunch of stuff that would be good to have. And even just give me goodies though, and I'd do the same for them, where I would have like a lot of surplus stim packs, and I would just give them to players, especially low-ranking players, so that they can go do what they need to. Heck, I still remember a story that went on around Fallout 76 and launch, where a guy ended up setting up his camp right outside Vault 76, so that way where all he was doing was creating a whole bunch of water and food, so that way new players could just have access to it if they needed it.
Yeah. And someone for shits and giggles decided to act as a endgame boss, like early in the games, early on. It's just for something. Something along the nose.
Yeah, no.
I did with my my brother got witness. If you haven't seen Dark News yet, I recommend you should. It's currently on BBC America.
I don't have BBC America right now.
Yeah, BBC America, I mean on TV. It's on TV, that's what I mean.
Because I don't have cable, it's the thing.
Oh, shit. Oh, shit. Okay, that's...
I also haven't had cable. If there's anything to do we just kept using
yeah, Doctor Who is going to be on HBO Max. Will be the latest the rest of the Doctor Who will be on HBO Plus. Like, oh, god damn, do I need to ask my dad and stuff now for that? That sort of thing. I do recommend it because so far, it's so far the 12th season, 12th series, that's what they call it. It's good. The latest episode that came out this week was about Nikola Tesla.
Elite Grenadier.
Oh,
yeah.
Medic. Get me out.
Okay, I'm down to it.
Out of the nest! Into the grave!
Ah, shit. Okay, that turret broke down. I'm going to need something to fix that thing up.
Sniper.
So, so about Super Smash Brothers. Who are you most looking forward to in Super Smash Brothers?
I don't know. I don't really keep up with the game though, so new characters
me neither.
Are something I really keep up with.
Me neither. Some people are actually looking forward to something like Dante
That can't be the last.
from the Devil May Cry series.
Again, as I always say with anything, I just find myself being open-minded with what new characters to have. Even if I get an announced list, and I'm like, yeah, you know, I'm looking forward to Pacific Line, and MK11 being Terminator. If we were to go to Injustice 2, I would have said it was Black Manta or others. But I always keep myself open-minded to whatever other characters that they go in for. I always say to do that because you never know. You may end up loving them more than you thought you would.
Yeah.
It's the same thing I keep telling people when it comes to when I see people throwing a shit fit over BB-8 and
Enemies
BB-9E
incoming!
being
Brace
inside
yourself!
the new sequel heroes there.
Yeah,
Where I'm just like, yeah, I
I
don't
want to
see
say
what
it's
the
like,
problem
I
is.
wonder how they're gonna fit a BB-8 and BB-8 into the
Ready to rock
mix.
and roll! Shot out!
That's just,
It says apparently that BB-8 will be more of offensive, where BB-9E will be more of a support role from the half.
wait, BB-8
Wondering
would be offense, like he can
That's a thing, and also when it says offensive, we don't know what that means though. Sniper is offensive, but it's not offensive in the same way that's goes for heavy blasters. So it's like, what do you mean by saying it's that they are offensive?
now offenses like saying slurs and stuff. By the way, okay, that was a bad joke. I'm sorry.
Yeah, that's why I say with it though. But again, until I learn more though, until I actually play it, I won't judge it. I'm honestly pretty excited because they're very new and different though. I mean, I guess the Ahsoka and Venture's love for it, but we already have 4 lightsabers, so let's try to get a bit of a break before we jump lightsabers.
I was going to say that she dual wields lightsabers, reverse scripts them, but yeah.
Die, freak!
Because I'm saying we already have those ones though, and I honestly feel we should try to have ourselves be more open with newer heroes. So honestly, I wish that they would start also making more blaster heroes as well, since we haven't actually gotten any new ones since Finn and Phasma came in the last Jedi season.
That's a good point. I think like lightsabers appeal more to people than blasters, if you ask me.
What?
I think lightsabers are more appealing to people than blasters. It's a laser gun. You've seen that a million times. But a laser sword?
I get that, but still, the blaster heroes are still lots of fun, though.
Yeah.
I mean, depending on the situation.
I was talking about in general, but yeah.
Clear.
I mean, there's plenty of good ones to choose from there. And again, especially when people say for why not bring someone like Poe or Rose, though, or Hux or any of these other characters, where I always say with DICE, it's not the problem of being able to make them that's the issue, or rather the problem is trying to make them actually be unique from the other ones, which is something I'm really glad that DICE always focuses on. Try to make sure that each hero they bring in brings something to the table, instead of just, oh yeah, you know, it's Luke Skywalker, but he's more offensive, or, oh, you know, it's Rey, but she actually has she's actually better at people like killing people, etc. Where it's like, it's not some sort of derivative.
Yeah.
That's always what I choose
I think Rosa would make a good fit,
how
because
Dooku
she has
and
like...
Grievous are very much like Grievous is more the person who's about trying to take down multiple people at once,
like a tank.
And his advance. So he's clearly meant to be someone who really takes down infantry very well, but tends to struggle when it comes to the lightsaber wielding heroes. And for Dooku, it's the opposite. While he's someone who can handle troopers like that, against heroes, he is a monster against them. Like, he can take down pretty much any of them really easily, especially unsuspecting.
Oh, I see a video on about like top animations up here by extra the guy who did extra credits, yeah.
You're thinking Daniel Floyd, yeah.
Daniel Floyd. Some of his top picks are Anthem, Jedi Fallen Order.
Oh, I heard of this video there. I'm subscribed to him on his YouTube Plus channel, but I didn't see the video. That's really interesting. I'll have to go watch that then.
Yeah, and the writer of Extra Credits, who was a pretty controversial figure by all accounts, he left. He left Extra Credits.
Who did?
One of the original writer of was with Extra Credits recently. He left. Who had a lot of allegations against him, that sort of thing.
All clear.
Yeah.
Prepare for the next wave.
All right. Well, I gotta go though, since I have to make sure I hit the bed within time though.
Yeah.
For that.
Oh, you gotta
since
go.
I have stuff to do tomorrow. Yeah, since I have stuff to do.
Oh, we're almost on the wave. We got about 7 more waves, but if you're going to leave right now, please leave.
Yeah, that's why I just exited the game now though, because I honestly have to make sure I go and make sure that I'm not still being fully awake. Want to get good sleep in before I leave tomorrow.
All right. Okay. Do I mean to call it off for tonight, or?
Yeah, I'd say just call it off for tonight.
All right.
But it's definitely fun playing with you though, and we'll
it's been fun.
Again soon.
Yeah, it's been fun.
Actually, next Wednesday is when the new Battlefront 2 update comes out, bringing with it BB-8, BB-9.
Oh shit! That was okay. That's
Yeah, as well as bringing in the capital supremacy mode to the sequel trilogy as well. So that'll be
Oh,
fun to have.
that's I was really want to look forward to. I also want to see co-op mode for the original trilogy.
Yeah, I get the feeling that's going to be what we're going to get in the summer, based on this, because it looks as if the springtime will probably be sequel trilogy focused, and then probably either late May or like very early June is when they'll start pushing in the OT content. At least that's my prediction, because based on how they've been doing things the last 2 years. All right,
Yeah.
well, I'm gonna go though.
Yeah,
So,
and I'm really looking forward to the Old Republic, a movie set in the Old Republic. They call it a High Republic, and I was like, if there's a High Republic, wouldn't there be a Low Republic?
High Republic refers to more of the period right before, closer to right before the events of Episode 3, which is where it was at the height of their power.
Oh, I just want to make a joke because high, low.
Yeah. All right, then I gotta head out then.
Yeah,
so
NA.
good playing with you, and definitely we'll be playing again soon.
Yeah, you too.
Night.
Right, good night, and have a good night, everybody.